shut us down
Alright,
without even knowing it.
enough.
Right, let me
But
just.
no, like
get
you
this
were
set.
you performed well on the day. Like honestly,
Yes, it was unfortunate for you guys, but that was a
I've
very
got to
good
say
game.
your rebrand is doing you well so far.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I did not play against this Seraph last week.
Yeah.
That's alright. 1-2 after Animal, and then we're going to beat you, Cam. Okay, that's got to be an interesting question time after that.
It's fine by me, buddy.
Just
I-
interview
I-
yourself for that one as well.
I prefer doing this post match than actually playing. Just saying.
Yeah. So, shoot away with the questions.
Yep, I'm just setting it all up, and we
Okie
will.
dokie. Make sure, I think my team wants to watch me. They literally said, we want to watch you get embarrassed. So, I think they want to watch the stream.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it's my first question time, so it'll be fun.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Alright.
I'm looking forward to these questions. A4 double-sided. Lovely.
Yep. Okay, so I'll start off with LAGr attack on
Uh-huh.
CCTV to start with. Alright, so starting. Why was there no buck or sledge? Just curiosity.
We didn't feel like we needed it for that. Like our setup was
Yep.
like the operators we had a thatcher, so we could
Yep.
like we thought we could easily get the wall.
Yep.
That didn't work out. The Sophia, we tried the Sophia stun, like bandit, didn't quite go through
Yes.
the drone hole, so that was quite unlucky.
Mhm.
But we didn't feel like a buck or a sledge would have helped there. It probably would have, but like you know, like
But-
certain times, like if you do the Sophia stun correctly,
Yeah.
that wall would have been opened 100% of the time.
But my
Not blaming like Rex, it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah, okay. My question on Divad with Sophia. You had Ash and Sophia. Why did you not go for the vertical pressure from below? Especially when you know the bandit trick and you have the Sophia charges, you have the Ash breaching charges.
So-
why not go for that play?
We decided to go for it the second time around when they went CC cash again.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done. It worked the second time. The first
Yeah.
time we felt like it would be better for Ash to go around to bedroom side.
Yeah.
And as you've seen, like obviously you watched the game, so like
Yep.
it was me and Thatcher and Glenn on Thermite. We just pushed, and Sophia up there as well.
Yep.
We pushed for the CC wall to be opened.
Yeah.
And if that got opened, like we didn't like the underneath vertical play. Like you said, it would have been better if we had the
Yeah.
actual Sophia go underneath. But like the way we were planning it, Sophia stun it, open the wall, then go around and get construction side.
Yes.
So like that's a waste of utility downstairs if we worked out the first time, you know.
Yep.
We later on in the rounds, like you said, we did go downstairs to do that.
Yeah.
But first time we just wanted to try it from like, attacking through the drone hole, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That the second attack, LAGr completely forgot to reinforce, so I couldn't hold like where I was meant to hold because it was exposed, and it just all
Yeah.
hit the
Uh-huh.
fan. And
Right.
that was just LAGr. So it was just you done great on capitalising perfectly on that.
Yeah.
Everybody was out of position, and you done well.
Alright. This is over to you, Will. One key thing I noticed about your CCTV strat until the third time you defended it. Why did you only reinforce one wall into logistics and castle yourself into construction?
Honestly, don't know. Just it was just how it was planned when we decided to do it, and it was just like we didn't think we really needed it, and then we saw that we really needed it, so we
Yeah.
gave up one of the sides of garage and was like, just reinforce that, just shut up and reinforce that. We don't
Yeah.
need that right side as much as we do the left side. So obviously that was sorted in the final round. We're obviously going to take that back to the drawing board. It didn't really. It's just casting into construction. That leaves them like difficulty attacking from that side of the map,
Yeah.
and it just narrows everything down into certain channels, which is what this game's about.
Yeah, but like as you said, you had your castle. You castled off the construction quite well. That's using up utility. Then you do one side into logistics. All that takes is for LAGr to think, yeah, they're playing in construction. Let's
I think
push
it was
that logistics wall, and Ash managed to get the kill on room.
yeah,
for my
a
second
warbang.
time.
She got a warbang through because Kronks was crying a little bit about there. I hope Kronks is watching because hi. But yeah, it was like unfortunate. That's when we were just like, yeah, let's reinforce it.
Okay.
It failed.
Yeah. Another thing I want to ask before I move back to LAGr, Why was there no mute to stop droning from LAGr, and to stop that?
We just utilities better held elsewhere for us, really. We don't really have a designated mute player, so it's just a bit difficult to throw somebody onto a different operator. So obviously, even one of the rounds, I think it might have been the second round when there was a Maestro pick on defense for CC. Yeah. I don't know what he was doing there. We were all really confused.
I'll get down to that question because there's a lot I want to ask about that.
Yeah, but it was just a certain utilities just better off elsewhere. We think instead of droning because we can just shoot drones.
Yeah,
unless you watched me try shoot a drone on rafters, then I can't shoot drones, but we try to.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Right, back over to LAGr. What happened round 2 post plant? You had side control, you had the plants, but you just fell apart in 30 seconds after planting. You had.
I will be honest, I am not the best player to ask for that one because I lagged out, right? Mentally, it just dropped. But like from my perspective, right, so I killed the vigil who was rotating down red stairs. Then I got the call to go down blue, which I did. As soon as I got that, I went down blue. I seen the Jaeger started shooting him, and then the next thing I know, like plants down. The next thing I know, I'm out the game. And then I see in the chat, obviously it's 2-0. I don't know what fully happened there.
I can kind of fill in blanks.
Yeah, please do, thanks.
Okay, so what happened there? 2 of their members pushed in for a plant on the black box. One of them was planting. I managed to kill the non-planter. The bomb got put down. The non-planter ran out. Then the Wamai of Kronks shot him, killed him. But before that happened, I peeked the Ying, who opened up the memorial door.
Just saying.
Wait,
Ying. It wasn't Yang.
Oh wait,
Yang.
Ying was back. Who was it that peaked that then? Who was your team for that round?
It was probably, I think it was Habana or Ash.
Might have been Soph.
Yeah, so we had Sophia, Habana, Thatcher, Fairmite, and
It was
Ash.
probably Habana because of the Asian, not to be extremely racist. The Asians all just leave that.
Yeah, okay.
But it was somebody picked. I headshotted her. I really thought that was Ying because she was so chunky. But okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. She killed Ying, and then I just went and got the plant, and then obviously last alive. Well, technically last alive was Squizzy, who then lagged out.
Yeah. Well,
that all happened at the same time?
Yeah.
Because for me, like the plant went down, I was still shooting at the Jaeger, obviously like rubber banding and lagging and that, and then I got kicked, and for me it was still like all them alive.
Well,
yeah, that was fun getting lagged out because I thought it was like the full team, like everybody.
Yeah.
And then I came back and it was like, it was only you lagged out. I was like, what? No.
Alright. I'll rotate back over to Seraph here on the defense. Just 2 little pet peeves I have about your setup. First of all, why was there no cage with the hatches? And why did you castle dirt to give the attackers, if they push dirt, just whole access to dirt?
We just don't. We've tried playing dirt in other scrims, and the smoke player just can't. He just seems to lack the ability to, and it's just a thing. And also, Kai's pretty much always banned. Like usually, whenever we have scrimmed on club, he's been banned. So we've just left him out of the plan. So it's kind of just we don't want to just mess up everything and add.
Yeah, I get you.
Something to think, but yeah, that was basically.
Alright. Back over to Screzzy. This is a very detailed question, so I hope you have the right answer. After round 3, I put what is happening on the attacks in capital letters with a lot of exclamation marks. Then side notes. Why did you not adapt to surf play until round 4? Why did you not bring any vertical play ops like you sledge a buck? And for that I put, you could have used vertical play because Seraph only roamed with one player. If you take out that one roamer, that allows you to exploit the map in so many ways with vertical play.
Well, for round 3, they were in gym bedroom, right?
Yeah.
The only you can go down into pool, just pulled from below. But like we were attacking it, we were taking jacuzzi wall.
Yeah.
And then we were going to have one outside the gym window, and then one holding CC. That was me. I was holding CC. I done a shit job. Rex died to it because like when I was standing, you couldn't see the LAGr standing far back. I should have like done it different, right? But like that's different. Like so, like the soft destruction operators like Buck and Sledge and that, it just wasn't fitting into how we wanted to attack this. We were just going to take it from Jacuzzi, hold from gym window, get the plant down, and that was fine.
Yeah.
We weren't planning on dying to CC a lot, you know.
Fair enough. That does answer that. So I'll rotate back over to Seraph here. This is something what really brain puzzled me. So you were gym bedroom.
Yeah.
You had a nice common default CCTV cache hold. Reinforcing the two walls between the sites, cache, and CCTV. But what I didn't get, you castled off the door, I assume, because I didn't quite see that. So why did you raise two reinforcements onto the cache wall?
It was, I think somebody reinforced the wrong thing. I'm going to be perfectly honest, because you probably saw on the cache stairs.
Yes, but
it wasn't. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure somebody just got a bit confused. Which obviously, this was our first time really playing a League game together because we've scrimmed together, but we're still trying to. We've like, obviously some of us are new. We're picking up strats, etc., making new strats, trying to get used to each other. So it's obviously just a bit confusing at times. Some people who, like, one of our players, this is his first time playing in competitive, so he's just a bit confused at times. But
yes, that's a good way to put it, because I did notice. I don't know if it was. I think it was Bandit who decided to reinforce the CCTV walls, even though whoever was playing cache was meleeing the two reinforcements. So maybe he couldn't hear, or maybe it was just a miscommunication.
Most likely it's a miscommunication, honestly.
Yeah. All right. That sums that up. Well, final question for LAGr before I move on to 3 more questions for Seraph and defense. Good adaptation to the play actually coming in on round 4. Whose call was it to actually think, Seraph are actually pooping on us right now? Then we're going to change up the strats, change up the play style. Whose call was it, and why did it take so long for that to actually be influenced into your overall gameplay?
So, third round, they obviously got 3 rotations of the site, so we went back to CC and gem, CC and cache, so we knew that.
Yeah.
So we just obviously it's the same ops. We didn't bring any soft destruction, and Price was the first one to call out that their construction hold usually leaves one of the initiation walls. Initiation?
No, it's
logistics.
Logistics, yeah. Logistics wall soft, so he was got like, and then Street said, "Okay, you drop there, kill whoever's playing there. I'll ping the Wamai. I believe it was playing there.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll ping the Wamai, you kill him, and then Rex went from below on the Sophia. We pinged the wall from he opened up from below. Fairmite got the wall. That was fine. Then we pushed up from garage that time as well, because we droned out garage. We seen that there was not really much presence here, so we just droned it out and went up. And so I guess, like, to answer your question, it was Street that sort of made the call, but Pricey made the observation that their hold onto construction wasn't as solid this time around. So it was like Pricey and Street. Right, Street was the in-game caller, or the in-game leader, of course. But Pricey was the one that noticed that the construction hold was like a bit shaky at best. So that he could just drop down. Street pinged the Wamai, got the wall bang through to him, and then we just went up garage into rafters and then took control, got the plant down, and all we had to do is wait for them to push us. So
that was a good hold. That was your only good hold on post plants. Only good post plant hold. Because I did have put in like a lot of caps. Your post plants lost you 3 rounds, basically. If you had held those post plants considerably better, it could have been a different story.
Yeah.
Alright. Over to Seraph here.
Yes, I.
We already mentioned the point of the Maestro the Bandit.
Yeah.
Who nerfed on that? and why?
The same bandit who reinforced those two walls. It's just a bit confusing at times. Everybody's a little bit.
Do you know what? I actually praise him for that. Maestro was a good choice because was the castle actually necessary in a sense, because the Maestro does give you a lot of intel gathering to know where they're pushing from. But again, you've literally...
Yeah, it was like you said there, a lot of intel. Literally halfway through the round, he was like, I still have one Maestro cam in my hand, and I was just like,
okay,
it was just
bad as
yeah. Everything just that round basically there was a fan and everything hit it.
Yeah, like if you're going to play with Maestro is very good. You could set one in rafters just to make sure. Then
I always put a bulletproof in. I was putting like a bulletproof up there instead of when usually there wasn't a Maestro, but there was a Maestro, and it was just that round was just a mess. If you rewatch it, you'll just see everything went wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was the worst round for yourselves in defense. Going on to your final question before I switch over after the break. Just one question: why did you not adapt to LAGr? Because you always had William on the Vigil roaming above, but he should have adapted to that situation, knowing LAGr always had two people watching the flanks, and maybe came into realization maybe two people could have been better. Maybe just stay inside.
Yeah, honestly, he just obviously we're still getting used to each other, still trying to counter strat effectively. But it was just more that he was having an off day as well, and he just kept on doing. He kept on being confused.
Okay.
He just had an off day, to be honest. He's So, it was just an off day, really.
So instead of William says hi, it's William says confused.com basically today.
Basically, he's usually quite a bit better, and it's unfortunate that it was.
He is, because when he played my team, he got some magnificent kills, and it just didn't look like the William says hi him seeing that game. It just looked like William was very confused.
Yeah, he was. Can confirm.
Right, let's go after the split. So, going on to LAGr defense, what was the team morale like when you were 4-2 down on a defender's favoured maps?
What was that, sorry?
What was your team morale like going after the break?
Very low, but we were trying to remain positive, being like, right, okay, we can still get this, we can still do this. It just didn't fully click, I guess. We went downstairs first, and it was the first time doing what we had done there, and it seemed with the upstairs hold on Cash, it was the first time doing that.
Yeah.
Usually have a larger roam presence downstairs, but it was the first time we wanted to try something new, because usually Clubhouse just isn't one of our maps right now. What we were doing previously just wasn't working, so we decided to change a little things up, and it didn't work.
I did have a wee glance at your statistics. You have never won Clubhouse, so why on earth did you let that slip through the banning phase?
I don't know what to say there, honestly. I don't have an answer for that one.
I'm going to be perfectly honest, we kind of done that on purpose. We saw they hadn't won and were kind of wanting to go here, so thanks for letting it go through, basically.
Alright, let's go on to the actual questions here before I strike on to an hour. What happened on defense? You had so much side control and you still let Seraph walk in. It's like watching you post plant. You just couldn't stop the plants. What happened?
I was playing Valkyrie, I was just watching main stairs, and then the corner of my eyes I seen IQ, so I decided to go for the IQ. She just turned around and completely destroyed me. We got the call, obviously, some people had dropped moto hatch, they were getting the church wall opened. There was just a lot going on. At the perfect time, that's when they just done a site execute. It's like they caught us with our trousers down, It was, we got the call and then we tried to adapt to it, and then by the time we knew it, they'd won the round.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, over to Seraph. I have just wrote here. Nice to see the Buck being played instead of Ash, which was what I personally thought LAGr were missing on their attack. Then I also put IQ. Absolutely, some brain dead plays in my opinion. He scanned for the default cam.
That's
Then he missed the Valkyrie camera. Like, come on, the Valkyrie camera is near enough right next to the default cam. How could the scanner not pick that up? So I just wanted to hear maybe your perspective of what happened.
William says confused.com today. Unfortunately, it was a few different mess ups. And talking about the Ash, we used to have, well, I say used to, like with being a team for ages, but nearly would just be Ash. And I literally said to him, like earlier today, I was like, if you play Ash one more time, I will hit you because Zoph is so much better. Yeah. And as you saw, he top fragged, he got 8 kills altogether, and he played Zoph, and he played it well.
Yeah, I do have here a good push, good plant, good execution, good post plant tool. That sums up that one question on your attack onto Church. So I'll move on. I'll let you have the praise I've wrote. Then I'll move back to LAGr. Right, first of all, what is happening? I've put, talk to me, question mark. What is happening in defense? Is it just down to poor comms? Is it down to poor positioning? It seems like there's a new IGL on your game today compared to what I seen when you played Rebel not so long ago. Talk to me, Scrizzy, what happened?
Well, so the new IGL, right? Pig is usually our or Pug now is usually, but he's busy right now with doing dissertation. So like, Street is the for that. He's obviously there for that now. But it's not like poor calls or that. It's nothing to do with that. Like, we got the calls in time. It's just it's like at times we get the calls. Like I said on our when we done Church. When we done Church, we got the call that we dropped Moto, and then we're pushing Church wall to do. Like we got the call, and then we like fiddled about, pants were down. They caught us like that. Like the calls are all good. Like the comms are good. Like it's just we didn't like adapt when we got the calls. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you, buddy. I get you.
Like the Maestro had this weird thing. Like the Maestro cam got destroyed, and he couldn't. He was stuck in a weird transition. He couldn't get off because like we were telling him to get away from Churchwell.
Yeah.
He couldn't get off in time, and then that's caused his death. Like with the IQ just running in, he was still on cams basically. And then that's obviously I seen the IQ, so I tried to kill her. Didn't work. It's like we were trying a new player out as well. While
Glenn
Pig
is lucky.
is,
I seen
yeah,
that.
Glenn's so lucky. Yeah, he's a good player. He's just not much like as well as like some Seraph people. Obviously, I'm like he's not much like comp experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Which
Glenn did get lucky, but Glenn did also have some silly
errors. Oh yeah, it's nothing much you can like really do with that. Like you just try to learn.
Yeah, I get you. It's nice to see you implementing fresh people into the roster.
That's what you do sometimes. Like it worked out sometimes. Like obviously, as you said, he did get lucky with some kills.
Yeah.
He got unlucky. Like in the last round, I called like obviously like somebody was coming up red stairs.
Yeah, he did.
And
he stood still and just let.
Yeah, he reacted a little bit late to that.
Yeah.
And then the Pricey or Segments got killed because he got stuck on the rotate.
Yep, I seen that as well. That was unfortunate.
So, I feel like he might have died to CC window anyway, but like he got stuck on rotate. Like it was just very unlucky there. It's just nothing was working for us on the day, and Terrace just was gunning.
Yeah. All right. Last question before we go into the questions we always like to ask for. Back over to you, Will. You had the buck. Why did you not give the vertical play going from below and stock, especially when you were going for that construction push? If you draw the buck below into stock, that applies the vertical pressure, moving those defenders who are sitting on that wall out and potentially funneling them to the construction push. Instead, it was just a full man Seraph pushing construction.
Yeah. For the I think it was we played 2 rounds on CCTV. The first one, it was just Kronk's basically he was playing on the buck, and basically he usually plays on the Zoph and nearly usually plays on the Ash. So then it was just like we're changing it up a bit. We're new operators really, because William says hi. Usually plays a different operator to IQ. It was just it was a switch up. It was like a little bit of a thing. So we weren't really. We were doing the same pushes, but with different characters.
Yeah.
And it just obviously was not. It was not the way.
On that point about William says hi, he played Buck, in my opinion, quite well on Coastline against us. Why did he not just go put his hand up and go, "Hey, I'm good at Buck. Get me off IQ. Let me do my Buck things."
He was just he was having an off day, because he just kept on dying his vigil, and he was just his morale was low personally because he kept on going for a flank, and he just was just like they're watching flanks again. Two people watching flanks.
That's what I said.
I can't be bothered. Yeah, and he was just like his morale was just low, and it was just constantly he was beating himself up more than anything. So it was just like he didn't feel comfortable. He just wanted to be as flexy or as supporty as he possibly could be, and he was just like, I play IQ because I'm still all right with a gun. I can get decent. It didn't really work out. He didn't really get many kills, but at least he didn't die loads. It was just
exactly. But as I did mention, he should have realised the flank from LAGr was good. Just adapt to it, and maybe his morale would have been a wee bit higher.
Maybe.
That sums up the difficult questions. I'm so sorry about all those questions. Now we'll go into the vague questions, but it's quite easy to answer. So we'll start off with question number 1. How did you prep for the game, starting off with LAGr?
We done some dry runs, because obviously we're starting out new chats.
Yep.
But I'll be honest, I completed Assassin's Creed 2 today. That's what I done. Before the game, I was completing Assassin's Creed 2.
Yep. Alright, that sums that up then. over the Seraph, how did you boys prep after the game?
Well, we decided we're playing club.
Yep.
So let's set up scrims. We had like 2 scrims on the Monday.
Yep.
Then we had a scrim on Tuesday, and then we're dry runs Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Today it was just very much we're a new team. We need to practice together. We've been playing ranked a lot. We're just like we need to build this synergy, and thankfully it has carried through into the actual game.
Because I do remember one quote by William says hi against 1-2. I asked him how did you prep. He replied, we seen that 1-2 could be easy opponents, so we didn't really prep. That would let us fall. So that's
new IGL. So it's a new point of view, a new clasp on life.
That's good. That is good, because I really wanted to punch myself and punch William after what he said. But I'm happy to see Seraph have took 5 steps forward and left what was in the past and moving on, and got a very big win against LAGr actually, who were probably favourites of this game.
Very much, as we saw in the chat beforehand, people were in the general earlier were favouring it, and that kind of fueled us a little bit. We were just like, boys, they don't understand us, and they don't know an underdog story when they say it, and that kind of hyped us up. We were just like, we've got to prove them all wrong. It's facts. Like, no matter what, as long as we get more, it was like somebody said like 7-3 or something. I was like, as long as we get 4 rounds, then we've proved them wrong. We've done better than they said.
I remember saying, if Seraph lose, I want to see them go down fighting. So I predict a 7-5 to LAGr.
I think Caesar predicted 7-3. So I was just like, or 7-4. Well, I done one higher than whatever somebody said, except for obviously 7-6. It was like whatever Caesar said. I done one higher and was like, we're getting that, and if we don't, then I'm going to be mad with you all because we can.
All right, final question: how are you going to prep for your next game, LAGr?
Take it as the days come.
Play more Assassin's Creed.
Well, yeah, I do plan on beating Brotherhood soon, but probably not. I'll probably like I did do a little bit of T-Hunt, so we'll probably practice more as a team in that. Obviously, like we do still have Glenn in for our next game, I believe. I'm not too sure on that.
Well, I have a question. How's Pugnoy going to react to you all?
Oh, he's reacted so far. Just unlucky game. Just got to sit down, watch the VODs back, see where everything went wrong, and just try and analyse where to go better.
All right. Well, by that same question, Seraph, how are you going to prep for your next game?
find out what map it is, scrim and dry run, just like we did last time.
If I'm not mistaken, it's against Team Kronos. After seeing them 7-0 Team Animal, how confident do you feel?
As confident can be. It's a different team. They play differently. Maybe they 7-0'd them because the way that they play doesn't complemented perfectly how Animal plays, and they destroyed them. And they could not expect, obviously, again, an underdog. They could just put us off, just like Seraph did with 1-2 beforehand, saying they're just an easy team. They could see us as that. When we're not, we're a lot better than what has happened in the past.
Yep.
We've improved loads, and we're going to be able to just we're going to push, and we're going to try as hard as we can, and we're going to hopefully beat them, or at least go down fighting.
All right. Well, that concludes this very lengthy interview. So thank you very much, and this is a new record for length of interviews post match. So thank you very much, Will and Squizzy. And all
I need to go get food now.
Yeah, same.
See you guys.
See you.